This is Whiteboard Theology. Welcome to the class, How to Study the Bible. Session 2, the storyline of the Bible. Have you ever thought of the Bible as a story? Yeah, that kind of story, with a theme, a plot, drama, and a hero who saves the day. It's easy to think of the Bible as a book of morality and laws or random stories with some good examples to follow. Sometimes we even see the Bible as a book of religious heroes. The Bible obviously tells us how we ought to live. It definitely has some examples for us to follow and not to follow. The Bible certainly has some heroes, but every one of those heroes are sinful and broken people like you and me. Before the Bible is any of those things, however, it is most of all a story with Jesus at the center. Ultimately, he is the hero of heroes. He is the example of examples. Without him, the entire story falls apart. How do we know this? Well, Jesus tells us. In Luke 24, he said this, "These are my words that I spoke to you while I was still with you, that everything written about me in the law of Moses and the prophets and the Psalms must be fulfilled." In other words, the entire Old Testament was telling us about Jesus, his life and ministry, his suffering and death, and his triumphant resurrection. We need to see the Bible this way too. In a nutshell, we can say it like this. The Bible is the grand story of what God is doing in and through his Son, Jesus. Each book in the Bible tells a unique message, but each book's message contributes to this larger storyline. If we had to outline the storyline of the Bible, we could do it in 4 chapters: creation, fall, redemption, and consummation. You can think of these like 4 acts in a play. Here's a quick summary. In the beginning, God created a perfect world and created human beings to dwell with him in perfect relationship. Quickly, however, the first people, Adam and Eve, rebelled against God and fell from their relationship with him, bringing sin and brokenness into the world. The rest of the Old Testament tells the sad story of the brokenness of people and how destructive sin is. In the New Testament, Jesus brings redemption. He is the solution to the sin and brokenness. And in the end, Jesus will bring final and full restoration in a new creation where he will dwell with his people in glory. Now think of your favorite story, TV show, or movie. All of them follow this basic outline. Every story starts by telling us how things came to be and how things should be. Then a problem is introduced that throws everything out of sync. Eventually, someone or something comes along to fix the problem and provide, or be, the solution. In the end, there's a return to how things ought to be, and sometimes things are even better than they were in the beginning. You see, God's story is the original story. Every other story is just a nice ripoff. It's why we long for redemption at the end of every Disney movie, right? When we come to the Bible, we find the ultimate fairy tale has come true in real life. Now, how do we keep our eyes on this big picture as we read the Bible? I thought you'd ask that. It's a great question, and we'll address it in a future video here on Whiteboard Theology.